What's up, guys? Mr. Fit to Flourish, and today I'm going to be talking about what to expect in the markets this week. So let's get right into it. I'm going to share my screen. The first thing that you should know is earnings. So earnings this week is going to be pretty packed. So let's take a look at the earnings for this week. On Monday, we have Palantir, so PLTR, HIMS, HIMS. And then on Tuesday, after hours, we have AMD, SMCI, Snap, Lucid, UPST, a ton of earnings this week. Then we have Uber, Shopify, Disney, Novo Nordisk the next day, APP, IonQ. It's just really packed. Lilly, SoundHound, SOUN. We also have Joby on Wednesday, which I kind of skipped over, but Joby has some new news coming in with their acquisition of a major company, a rideshare company in New York. So that's something to look out for as well. But just a ton of earnings this week. If you are going to be doing some earnings plays, be safe out there. Kind of hedge your bets, so monitor your risk. Probably if you're trading options, do debit spreads, or you can do strangles if the implied volatility is going to be big enough. All right. The next thing to understand about next week or this week is going to be that there's not really going to be that much economic data. So nothing really important on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we do have initial jobless claims, which the Fed looks at pretty closely to make their rate decisions. Right now, it seems like there's probably not going to be a rate cut this year. And markets are kind of pricing that in. We also had some horrible data come in last week on Friday. We saw a large dip in the market from that as well. Speaking of the dip in the market, what is the outlook for this week? Okay, what is the outlook for this week? So you kind of want to be patient a little bit. We need to get more clarity on what the market wants to do. My recommendation for everyone is, let me actually share the screen here. I like to say, hey, I partner with ChatGPT to kind of to make my prompts a little bit better. But this is what I told my team. I said, hey guys, caution heading into tomorrow. This is the market outlook. Be cautious. The market is slightly oversold. And that kind of turning overly bearish too early can be really dangerous. Key reminder, so wait for levels to break. Don't rush into puts. But weak hands often get shaken out on these dips. So weak positions, people who are like first-time traders, they get shaken out. They're like, oh no, let me leave my position or let me sell my entire portfolio. And they get shaken out on these moves down. Then big money loves to come in, buy these dips. So we could potentially see dip buyers come in Monday, Tuesday, or throughout this week, as we've seen huge downside moves on Thursday and Friday of last week. And the VIX is also spiking, which is a sign of fear and potential opportunity for a reversal. Watch Bitcoin closely as well, as Bitcoin is retesting key moving averages. And what do I mean by that? Let me share where Bitcoin is now. So Bitcoin had this 920 crossover, this downside move. And we're kind of in this volume gap. So we should essentially be coming down to this key level here at 107.6. We're kind of retesting this 114, 185 after this 920 crossover. 920 crossovers are signs of market structure shifts, especially on the daily time frame. The volume RSI is extremely low, meaning that there should be a lot of downward volume. So I'm expecting us to kind of come back to the upside, test these moving averages, do a mean reversion, and then kind of sell off down to this 107 level. If that happens, then there's going to be good short opportunities for MSTR. MSTR is absolutely tanking, and it came down right to my key level here, but it's below the point of control. And then we'll also see opportunities to short coin. Okay, so you can make a lot of money on these two plays here. Coin also getting a 920 crossover on the daily time frame. Expected move down to 272.53, which would line up with that 200-day moving average. And then the last stock that I kind of wanted to talk about, giving out a lot of free gems here. The last stock I wanted to talk about was SPY. So two levels to watch this week and really tomorrow on SPY. So SPY hit that key level at 619.50 to the penny. There's a lot of buyers in this area. But if we break below 619.50, that's extremely bearish. We're going to get an automatic move down to 613.23, which would take us to the 50-day moving average. And then I think we're going to automatically get a move down to 599.58, which is that psychological $600 level. Okay. But then the bullish case would be that, hey, look at these bottom side wicks here. We do have buyers in this area. Above 621.40, we could see moves back to the upside. Okay. But I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be waiting for a move above 624.44. That would show me that there's enough buyers to send us more than 50% of the way up of this bar. And that's really a bullish area. That would be a bullish bounce. So I'm going to wait for a move above 624 to flip to that bull bias, but I don't really want to flip to a bear bias either until we get that confirmation below 619. Then I'll flip to a entirely just straight up bear bias. Okay, so that's the game plan for this week. Hopefully that helps. Like I said, ton of earnings this week. Not too much economic data. Just kind of be on the lookout. August is a bearish month. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? August is a bearish month. We got the tariff stuff kind of mostly hashed out. So just be looking for some of those tweets that can kind of affect the market, and then see, kind of watch and wait to see where we want to go from here. But understand August and September are typically bearish, so kind of have that in mind and just be cautious. Anyways, it's your boy, Mr. Fit to Flourish, and I'm outie. Good morning, welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Let's talk wellness, finance, and growth.